as promised, and I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Big news! Level up for Rooks. If you didn't see last episode, we're just dungeon plunging, exploring the rest of the dungeon before we move on to the next chapter, and Rooks gained a level up. He got 20 health, 7 mana, 5 strength, 3 endurance, 2 intellect, and 2 agility. Sylph learned Lightning 1. Nice. That's actually pretty darn sweet. Now we're just kind of looking around inside here. We defeated the boss, and I put air quotes out there, the stone golem at the end of last episode. And the game, if you don't know what Arcana is about, is you are the card master, you're on the adventure, the king is dead, kind of doom and gloom situation, etc. And we're the hero. You know, that's the quintessential hero. It's not a super deep narrative, but I still have fun with it. 500 gold in that chest. That's actually pretty sweet. And we almost got 1,000 gold, which is enough for that broadsword from the town. And if we get that broadsword, we're just going to be straight destroying people. Alright. Oh no, slimes! We'll have you take out the slimes. So, at the end of last episode, I talked a little bit about how this game progresses. The game Arcana is you are trying to master the cards. You're trying to master the cards because your parents, who were also card masters, your assumption is, died in a conflict and the king was killed, and you are the last of a dying generation that is the only ones that know how to wield the cards. And I don't know if there's any type of prophecy or anything like that, but there in the instruction guide it mentions sages holding on to legendary swords for the right time, and you know, for lack of a better vehicle, you're the hero, so you will be able to, you know, unlock those various artifacts to dispatch evil. Oh no, back attack by a single goblin? Did we drop some money and he was trying to give it back to us? No, he tried to steal our money, and he's trying to steal the rest of us. Oh no! Not anymore, fool. You have died. 2 steps in combat. So, the RNG in this game, it's a little fickle, as you can see. We're constantly getting into combat even though we moved 2 steps. Sometimes we get in combat after 7 steps. It's just how the game's set up. I don't mind it. Hopefully you don't either. This hallway right here, I can almost guarantee it's just going to be a very long hallway leading to hopefully a treasure chest. But it's going to be a super long hallway to like the front of the dungeon. And I say the front of the dungeon as an arbitrary point because it's just simply where we entered. Take this guy out. The hound attacks and does 5 damage. We're okay. Tifa gained a level up, 18, HP, 8 MP, 1 strength, 2 endurance, 5 intelligence, and attribute 1. I don't remember what attribute 1 does. I think that might be... Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's cast a spell, shall we? Attribute 1 on you. Earth. It cast Earth. Okay, cool. There are intrinsic weaknesses for the elements. The instruction manual tells you which ones are weak against which ones are strong against which. I'm not going to bore you with that. I showed it at the beginning of last episode, I think. So, yeah. See, I remember this tunnel. Nothing. Whole lot of nothing. And like I said, look, it puts us all the way back at the front of the dungeon. I could not remember for the life of me if it did, but it does. Alright, fine. Here we go. All the way back. Now, if I had a Ring of Return, this would have been so much easier, because we would have popped that sucker and walked out of here. But honestly, I think I'd rather prefer this because we get the gold and we get the experience. And we're not in any dire situation here. And it gives me more time to hang out with you guys. Hopefully you guys like these videos. This was a community voted game. So I, being an older gamer, am more than happy to play these games that I played in my youth. Because I've never beaten the vast majority of games that I played as a kid, because I'm like any other kid nowadays or then, I just didn't have the patience, or we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and so we could never buy a lot of games. We bought a fair amount. I'm not saying that we were broke or dirt poor. We bought a fair amount of video games, but we would usually rent video games more often. And when you rent video games, you always run the risk of someone renting the game before you can get to the store on a Friday night. And if they did that, they could delete your save. And then you'd have to start from square one again. And it's like, this isn't where I left my game. And you know, yeah, the game store had a couple of copies, so then it was also not guaranteed that you were going to get your game, the one that had the cartridge that had your game save on it. And so then it was always this Russian roulette, as it were, to try and remember what was the code on the. I would remember the sticker from our local. They were Video King was the chain, and I would remember the sticker on them to try and get the same cartridge if they had multiple copies of a game. Most of the time they only had one copy, and that was just because if you didn't know how video game rental shops worked back in the day, they would buy a single copy, or they had to buy the copies of the games themselves, and then they would put them on the shelves. So you can imagine if they didn't have a lot of money, they wouldn't buy like 4 or 5 copies of a game. I remember my Video King, or my local rental place, had a copy of Earthbound, and they only bought one of those because it came in the big box. If you know anything about it, Super Nintendo games used to come in boxes like this right here, and hang on, I got my Arcana game right here. So they used to come in boxes about this size, you know, about the size of my palm, or my hand, I should say. And the Earthbound box was like 3 times the size of that, or 4 times the size of that. It was ridiculous. It was monstrous. And they couldn't even put it on their shelf. They had to put it over their shelf. And I always thought it was like an advertisement and not a game to rent. Well, it comes to find out that now it's like one of the most expensive games out there. I actually had the chance to purchase it because when our local game store went out of business, I think they had it for sale there. And I didn't know what it was. I'd never played it before, and I wasn't interested in it. I should have bought it. All those things as you look back at your life, and you're like, oh, I had a chance. I had a chance. I didn't squander it again when another local video store went under, and I bought a bunch of like Fire Emblems for the, I think it was at the time, the Nintendo Wii. Yeah, I had a bunch of Wii games that I bought. It was fun. It was fun to buy them. Anyways, my ramblings aside, we're talking about Arcana. Arcana, if you didn't know, is a game by HAL Labs. HAL Labs, this is the only RPG I think that they ever made. This was also published by Enix. Before it was Square Enix. So I shouldn't say published, it was worked on by Square Enix as well, I think. According to Wikipedia. It's the first game that the character Kirby actually appears in, and he only appears in like a 10-second blurb in the very beginning. So it's just funny to see it, where certain characters that are iconic got their start. Alright, so now what are we doing here? We are leaving the dungeon. We're going back outside. We're going to rest at the inn, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to walk all the way back into the back reaches of this dungeon. And along the way, we're going to have another wonderful conversation about... Oh, I spun too far. We're going to have a wonderful conversation about what it means to be a gamer in today's fun society. Hopefully you're really excited for that. Because I know I am. Alright. Now, we go in here. Yep, we got enough for the broadsword. Do I want that? Do I want that? I don't think I want that just yet. I'm going to hold off. Mental strength in battle when needed. Yeah, I'm going to hold off. I could get the shield. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, let's get the shield. And then I'm going to get a ring of return. And then I'm going to get a sleeping bag. I know we have one, but I'm still going to get one. And then that's it. That's it. All right. Good. And then we're going to stay the night at the inn. We're going to save our game. And then we're going to get into the back of the dungeon. And on our way back there, I'm going to try and muse over what it is to be an older gamer. Try and make things work for yourself. As we always do with these games, we just have fun with it. We enjoy it, and we talk about life. We talk about what we can do to make it better, what we can do to cope with the things that we find difficult. So, part of the Busy Gamer community that I like is people post that they enjoy the content because it's relaxing. And I want you to understand that I make this content as a hobby. This isn't something that I want to do full time. At this time, I have my main job, and I enjoy my main job. I recently, when I say recently, 6 months ago, took on an opportunity for personal growth. The reason why I'm bringing up that topic is because it has been very challenging, this new job. This new job put me in a position where I always wanted to be to see if I could handle it. It's a very stressful position where it's project management and program management, where you're leading. And I had a job before that was 3D printing. I literally ran and operated 3D printers day in, day out, and I loved it. It was awesome. It was so fun to be creative, handle ordering materials, and talking with people about what they wanted built, and how I could help them make their dreams or their ideas become actual tangible product parts in their hand. I went to college later in life, and I minored in program project management, and I really liked it in school. And I always said that I wanted to try it, just so I could try it. In today's world, you are always almost measured by how successful you are as a person, by how much money you make. And that's not fair. You should be measured by how happy you are and how well you live your life. And that is one of those, we'll say, American fallacies. Because when I ask someone on the street, hey, what do you do? 9 times out of 10, what ends up happening is they'll tell me their occupation, if they're an American person. In other cultures, they talk about, oh, I like cooking. I am a runner. I am a knitter. I am active in my church or my temple. I volunteer. That is a comment that people from other sects of the world would make. And it's this illusion that you constantly need to be gaining and making money that people, I think, have a misgiving for in personal growth and personal satisfaction. I loved my 3D printing job. I would still be doing it if this opportunity to change and try out program project management didn't come around. But I know that if an opportunity comes up now that I've done this, to go backwards and make less money doing that job, I would do it. I would absolutely do it. Now, equate that to video games and finding time to unwind. You're allowed to relax. You're allowed to go backwards. You're allowed to unwind and play things that are simple. You can play the video games on the easiest difficulty. You know why? Because you play games to have fun and unwind, not to challenge yourself. Now, there are some games that, yeah, you might want to challenge yourself with. Like, look at any of the Dark Souls series or the From Software games. Go ahead, challenge yourself. Have fun with it. But also realize that you can go back and go play an easy game too. It's okay. Video games are meant to be fun. They're meant to be a game. It's in the dang name. So, that's my high horse. That's my little holier-than-thou topic of conversation. Right now, where I'm at, I'm not entirely happy with my job, but that's a me problem. But I know I can come home and I can do my responsibilities as a dad. I can do my responsibilities as an adult, do the dishes, laundry, get my kids to their karate practice, work out for my personal health and benefit, cook dinner with my wife, and then after the kids are in bed, I can sit down for a half hour, 45 minutes and record a video with you guys. And I feel fulfilled. I feel happy. So I hope that kind of comes through when you guys see these videos. Yeah, it might not seem like it in all my videos, because there are some genuine times of frustration and just downtrodden, like, oh, this sucks. Because you can't be happy all the time. Otherwise you know, lose the appreciation for being happy. But I hope it comes through. I hope the ramblings come through. Alright, so... oh, jeez. So, you know, enough of the mushy stuff. We got to get ourselves up to the next floor of this place. Let's take out these slimes. Right there. Good. All monsters are dead. Nice. So much. So much combat. I almost feel bad for him. Almost. Alright, next floor. Alright, here we go. And we go this way, 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 and we go that way. And then it's a single hall. I love the single hall, because that tells me I know where I'm going. There's only one way. Forward. Now I gotta go back this way. There's not one way. Now there's left. No treasure chest. That's a bit of a bummer. Alright, fine. Ooh, a new enemy. 2 new enemies. Gurgion and a lizard. I'm gonna take out the lizard first. Okay, so we can one-hit the lizard. That's good. Silt can dodge the Gurgi. If you know Gurgi from Disney IP, leave a comment if you know what Gurgi is from. From any of the Disney movies out there, any of my Disney fans out there, and you know who Gurgi is, say where he's from in the comments, in the YouTube comments. No judgment. I love where he's from. I love the character Gurgi. He's quirky. He's fun. So fire is strong against wind. If you were wondering why Silt didn't do a lot of damage there. 21 for Tifa. For HP, 7 for mana, 2 for strength, 4 for endurance, 4 for intelligence, and 3 for agility. Not a bad level up, actually. Lots of fun. Oh, that's a lot of slimes! Or gels. That's a lot of gels. We cannot one-shot them. Oh, darn it. We're gonna take some hits. We're gonna take some hits. This is gonna be ouchies. Ouchies. Ah, jeez. Okay. Good dodges. Can you take him out now? Again, the dodge. That one in the back is like... knows its stuff. Knows its stuff. Alright, so we're gonna go... here, take you out. Took out the whole middle row. Their ranks are gonna collapse. They're not gonna know what to do. Actually, I prefer them to attack Sylph, so keep attacking Sylph. That'd be fine. That would be fine by me, actually. You gonna hit him yet? Good. Okay, finally. Thankfully, it doesn't look like they have more than like 5 HP. You know what I just realized? I think last episode I didn't equip the shield. We need to equip his shield. I don't think we equipped it. Yeah, I don't remember equipping it. Oh, I'm such a knucklehead. Could have saved myself some points of damage. It's okay. And that wasn't even worth it. That's annoying. Yep, sure didn't. Okay. Yeah, give him 3 more defense. All right. This is gonna be ouchy. Lightning? I don't like that. Well, I guess it doesn't necessarily. No, I can't change their attributes to wind because yeah, if they change their attribute to wind, then the gels are just gonna destroy us. Alright, but I'm going to take him out because he does AoE damage. And we'll have you focus on the slime. Take that guy out. Good. I like the fact that we're dodging. That makes me happy. That makes me very happy that we're dodging. You take that guy out. Just take him out. Because I know you can one-shot him, take him off the board. Might as well, right? Right? Right. Episode might go a little long, depending on how... I don't remember how big this second floor is. I think in the first dungeon it's not that big. But again, I've been wrong many times before. Hello? Hello? Is this the right way? This was the right way. This was not the right way. Wait, was this the right way? Oh no, I need to do it. I need to go back because there was one more hallway. This is the type of game that you need to check the end of the hall. Otherwise, you are leaving loot on the table, potentially. And that's no good. So, back we go. Alright, take out this lupus. We're gonna have so much money, we're not gonna even be, like, interested in being a hero anymore. We're gonna be like, I've got all the money. I don't need to be risking my life to save this country. I got all this gold. I can just hire people to go save the country. Yep. So, like, right here. No? Okay. And another big encounter. Just take that one out. I know you can take him out, so I'm gonna have you take him out. You can hit this one for 2, so do that. Ouch. Stop it. I'm gonna have you take him out because of the AoE damage. And you get to attack again. Absolutely attack again. You can take that guy out instantly. You're gonna do it. And you just hit for 1 damage. That's fine. I like to think when I get the double attacks that I attacked the one that was going to go next, so we get a bonus round. Is that correct? No. But it makes me feel strong. And then I get into this encounter, it makes me feel weak. Yep. That's a whole lot of gel. Gosh darn it. Why you miss? Why you miss? Why you miss? No, just stop it. It'd be so much easier if you hit your target. There, hit the one that she hit. There you go. Good. Aha! Victory. Well, not really victory, but like, we took out their row. Their back row. Now they have no last line of defense, because we took it out. Sorry, it's a little late. Getting a little squirrely. Hopefully you can forgive me for that. Alright. That one right there is like the dodgy Dodgerson. Well, it is Gel D, so D stands for dodge. Stop. Finally. Could only dodge so much before D turned into damaged. Ha ha ha. We're dead. See what I did there? Yeah. Totally didn't see that coming. Oh, I should have attacked the other one. Darn it. Again, this turns into pay attention to the monsters and they're attacking. Who they're attacking, what they're attacking. Okay, so we didn't need to do that. So now in your playthrough, you know you don't need to do that. You know you don't need to go down that hallway. There's nothing there for you. Absolutely nothing at all. We are getting a little beat up though. Take out the Gorgon. Or Gurgian, because then it will not do lightning on us. Ouch. Really? Lizard had some strength. Alright. Keeping on going, doing the things. Now down here. I'm gonna go this way. Back attack. Oh no, yikes. Ouch. Double attack, what? Call shenanigans. You don't need to do that. So you're probably thinking to yourself, Busy, why aren't you attacking with lightning? The answer is, I don't want to. And the reason why I don't want to is because it's a little bit of a waste of MP on things. Now, I'll show you. I don't think it's going to kill the slimes. Yeah, see, it only does 3 damage. It does 9 to those two, so it'll take those out. But remember when I said there's attributes that are stronger and weaker? Wind is weak against fire, so it's not going to help us. Spreading the damage around, casting it twice, I probably can kill a lot of them, if not all of them. But I just didn't see the value in doing it. Thinking about it now and talking about it out loud with you guys, like, yeah, I should be doing that. That makes more sense. So I'm going to do that next time I see a whole bunch of gels coming to attack me. This is probably not what I want to be doing. Yeah, this is like... Yeah, this isn't what I want to be doing. This is just another, like, cluster alcove thing. Alright, fine, fair enough. We're going to make our... Whoop, hang on. Hang on. Is this... This is not a dead end. That's not a dead end. Fine, it's not. We'll take out this one. And... you know what? Sure. Take them out. Mitigate the damage. Has no effect. Has no effect. It, like, just ignored them flatly. So now that tells me maybe I don't cast it on the whole room of gels because maybe it won't have an effect on some of them. And that'd be a bit of wasted turn. But the good news, I guess, is that she recovers her MP as we move. So why not just do it? Like, Busy, you're missing an opportunity. Okay, fine. Fair enough. I get you. Alright, so this whole section is a big old waste of time. Isn't it? Hang on. That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna see... We're gonna try and... Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a whole big waste of time. But I think... that... Oh, jeez, come on. Oh, darn it. That's 12 damage we didn't need to take. Alright, let me do some magic healing. How much does that heal for? Oh, a fair amount, actually. Alright, so we're going to go this way, we're going to go this way, we're going to go back this way. Yes, okay, good. Alright, I know you can one-shot that guy, so do that. And I know you can one-shot that guy. And I know you don't really do that much damage to the others, but it'll be okay. Cool. Rook's gained a level up, 20 HP, 7 mana, 3 strength, 4 endurance, 3 intellect, 2 agility. Unpetrify. Okay. I don't know who petrifies, and that's kind of a scary thought, because I haven't seen any curatives for that yet. So, bit of a concern, but that's okay. Alright, now we're going into uncharted territory. And this is where and why I'm glad I have the return ring. Because I think I want to duck out of here and not risk losing this progress of things. And then, you know, if I come back, it's gonna... What, you double cast lightning? You jerk? Good. But yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna... No, let's get a little bit more exploration, because I feel like we're close. I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong, and there could be like a whole 3rd floor to this thing, or even a 4th that I'm not remembering. Because I remember bits and pieces in my scattered brain on this game. And it, you know, while it's fun to To try and reminisce and think I know where I'm going with things. I don't. Loot. Yay, loot. And a return ring. So if that's not telling you to turn around and go back, that's, then nothing will. What do you got? Loot. Yay, loot. A sleeping bag. Yay. Alright, where am I at? Almost want to say that there's probably going to be loot on the other side of this thing, and then it's just going to be honeycombed into these little alcoves. I can almost guarantee that's what's going to happen here. Yes, I know the Gurgion can attack now, but I have faith in double attacks? That's just awful. We're still strong. We're still super strong. And we gained a level up. 18 for Tifa for HP. MP is 8. Strength 2. Endurance 2. Intelligence 3. Agility 5. Holy crow. That's a lot. She fast. Ooh, and another goblin type. It's not a goblin. It's an ogre. Zap Zap. 12 damage. Instantly defeated it. So, green is earth. Wind is strong against earth. Okay. We go this way. Loot. More loot. Yay. Silver flask for MP. That's MP healing. Okay, we go this way. We go this way. Hit the Wolfie? The Lupus? Take out that one, because that one hasn't attacked yet, so we mitigate the damage. Really? Really? I thought Sylph would have been stronger. Again, there would have been able to take them out. That's just so weird. Alright. Then this way, and then we're going to come back the other side, and then I guarantee that there's going to be alcoves with loot inside them, and that's okay. Take that guy out. A little bit more damage mitigation. Dodged it, really? Dodge this. Bam. Nice. And there. We go down here. Ooh, many things. Now, I don't think you can do attribute 1 on more than one target. Is that correct? Yeah, it's only on one target, which is a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. It's just as effective to have you hit them with your dagger. I'm not gonna waste the mana. I guess, you know what, I should have wasted the mana. Should have wasted the mana. It's okay. We're gonna do that right now. We're gonna waste the mana. Because it's 3 damage, and then it's another, it would have been another 3 damage all around. I gotta just get in the mindset that the cards, they're super strong and that they recover their MP. So just cast the spell. Alright. Loot. Herbs is good. And loots is 500 gold. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna get ourselves. We're getting that broadsword. We're getting that broadsword. Attack the one in the back. And magic. You do lightning. Really? Huh. Oh, it cast lightning back. That's annoying. Attack the one in the back. And that one. And take out that one. Nice, all the monsters defeated. We're doing awesome. Okay, so that's everything in this little alcove. I'm going to use the return ring, and we're going to get ourselves back to town. I think that's a smart play. Get ourselves this broadsword that we've been so long seeking, and it will, you know, up our damage significantly. Not that we're hurting for damage, because we are taking cards out one by one pretty easy. Yeah, right? Yeah, so I was hoping for another bout with those, with the slimes. But, yeah. Oh, you missed the critical? Oh, that's unfortunate. Got too cocky. Got too cocky. Alright. Yeah, so that was just literally a treasure corridor. Awesome. Alright, well, I'm going to use my return ring. Equipment. Nope, not equipment. Inventory. Oh, yep, nope. Here. There. And we are going to use one of our return rings. There we are. And there we are, back and down. Alright, so this is Busy Gamer Dad. I'm going to buy us our sword next episode. So, hope to see you then when we get our new broadsword and take it into the dungeon and have some fun with it. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined, and we will catch you next episode for our Arcana playthrough. Hope to see you then. Later.